Terran Lab Show.
The Terran Lab Show.
The Terran Lab Show.
The Terran Lab Show.
It's the Terran Lab Show.
It's the Terran Lab Show.
Where the topic of discussion is you.
So let's go.
Hello, everyone. How are you? How are you? This is the Terran Lamb Show. Thank you so much for joining me. In each episode, we are going to dive into the incredible stories of those in our community making a difference. We've teamed up with Chicago News Weekly to bring you the stories of those shaping our world. I am Terran Lamb, your host, and this is the Terran Lamb Show. Thank you so much for joining me. So today, hi Mike, how are you?
I'm wonderful.
Thank you so much for coming
pleasure.
the show.
My pleasure.
So I want to introduce to you Mike Martin. Mike was born and raised in Washington, D.C. His senior year of high school, he was a 3-sport All-American in football, basketball, and track. Mike received a full football scholarship to the University of Illinois, where he was a 4-letter winner in football and graduated from U of I. Mike was drafted into the NFL by the Cincinnati Bengals in 1983, and in 1984, he led the NFL in punt returns and finished his seven-year football career as the Bengals' all-time leading punt returner. After football, Mike became the owner of several nightclubs in Cincinnati, as well as a co-host of a TV sports and radio show. He is also a successful football coach in Cincinnati. Mike Martin now lives in Chicago with his wife, Michelle, and his daughter, Morgan. They are owners of Live and Believe Nutrition and Fitness. And Mike and his family also operate the Marcus Martin Foundation, named after their deceased son, which provides college scholarships for high school students. And they also operate the Martin NFL Flag Football League for youth, boys, and girls in Chicago. I got it, all of it. I was trying to think like what things I want to say, and then I was like, they were all important, so I was trying to get it all. So Mike, thank you so much. First of all, I was born and raised outside of DC, but we'll talk about that later. Northern Virginia. Okay. A small town. Okay. A small town in Northern Virginia. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for explaining to me earlier. You guys explained to me what a punt return even was, so I got that out of the way. But thank you so much for joining me and for all you're doing for everybody, like for Chicago, for the youth. I think, your foundation is amazing and you're carrying on that legacy. So tell us about like this love of sports, right? The combination of sports and wellness and kind of where that came from, a little bit about Mike.
It's a story that goes way back.
Okay.
I grew up in the projects of Washington, D.C. Okay. And I used to play a lot of football by myself.
Okay.
Couldn't get anybody to play with me, especially when it was cold.
Oh, yeah.
When it was cold outside, I would bundle up, go outside, and I would act like I was returning punts as a 7-year-old. And I would have all my neighbors looking out the window and my mother looking out the window, shaking her head. That boy done lost his mind. But the thing is, it was just me trying to better myself and understand the game. I thought I used to say, I'm O.J. Simpson running in the snow.
So first of all, you were returning punts, which tells me you kind of knew where you wanted to play, the position you wanted to play.
Well, along with that is the fact that I was very shifty.
Okay.
And we used to play what was called throwback touch.
Okay.
Where as many people could play as they want, and they would throw the ball back, and whoever caught it, you had to run, but you couldn't let anybody touch you.
And that person that caught it was you?
Yes.
At a young age?
Yes.
And so you knew even at a young age, this is what I want to be.
I said, I can do this, but I was a receiver as well.
Okay.
I was a receiver. And so I had a feeling I was going to make the Cincinnati Bengals because halfway through preseason, they cut the starting punt return.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay,
I can do this. I can do
they
this.
cut the punt return. This must be lining up for me.
Serendipitous.
But you never know.
Yeah.
In the NFL, you never know. You think you good, one day you gone.
So tell me about this is not on there, but I can imagine that moment when they were like, yes, you're on. Were you like elated and over the moon? Like
I tried that.
Or were you like, I know this already.
No.
I'm supposed to be here.
I tried to act cool about it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like after what they would do, they would come, tap you on the shoulder, get your playbook.
Okay.
Coach. And I'm like, wow, that's how they cutting people? I was like, yes, tap you on the shoulder.
Okay.
And this guy sitting next to me, he just knew he was going to make it. They tapped him on the shoulder.
And there we are.
He said, oh, no, wait a minute. What are you doing? Yeah, not me.
Yeah, not me.
And then they said, no. They said, you got a phone call. He was like, ah. So then after they did all that, head coach got him to the front of the room and said, this is the 1983 Cincinnati Bengals team. So I was like, okay.
And you were like, inside.
Got him out, he said, you guys go home, get ready for, to get started tomorrow. It's a true story. Got in my car, and there was an overpass where our stadium was. I got on the overpass in the middle of traffic. I got out, stopped traffic, and screamed,
So
I made the Bengals!
Did you have some dance? Like,
And people was like, get back in your car, you're slowing up traffic.
It's so exciting because I just think about, how excited you must have been,
Oh.
right? When you win something big or get on something
Right.
big, it's like so exciting. So then you had this amazing football career. You went on to, like I said, be winners of all sorts of things, the punt returner, the letter winner, I think that was U of I maybe. So you've had a really good, successful career and then to the NFL. And then you came out of the NFL. And tell us about this transition, because now we're here, we're sitting in Chicago, we're talking about community, we're talking about health and wellness, and we're talking about the combination of the two, right? So how did you make this transition, or how did you even know you wanted to make this transition between NFL and community?
Well, I knew my son wanted to play.
Okay.
And I said, because we lived in the suburbs of Cincinnati. And I said, well, we're going to go to somewhere. I said, I know some teams. We're going to go check them out. You tell me, what you think. And we're going around, and all the coaches were just cursing. I mean, cursing. I mean, little kids.
Really?
Cursing like crazy. And so we would get in the car, and Marcus would say, Dad, why do all the coaches just curse like that? He said, I don't want to do that. I said, okay, well, we're going to go back, play in our neighborhood. I said, but I got a coach. I said, I've watched them.
Okay.
I said, you're going to be miserable. I said, so I'm going to go help out.
Okay.
And so there were only two blacks.
Now, does he want to play the same position?
No.
Okay.
He and I used to wrestle a lot.
Okay.
So he was physical, strong, physical.
So he's
guy.
sort of like the bulldozers.
He's going to beat up people.
Yeah.
He's going to knock people
Straight through.
Yeah. He's tackling anything. And so there were only two blacks on the team. And I wind up not trying to step on any coach's toes. I said I was going to let them do their thing, but I realized they weren't really totally sure of what they were doing.
Okay.
Great guys, but just, as far as X and O's and structure and all of that, they need some help. So I got involved.
You knew you had to step in.
And we wound up winning a championship.
Okay.
After like 2 seasons.
And where was that at?
It was in Cincinnati.
In Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was playing in Cincinnati then.
And so I got a call. Somebody said, hey, man, I heard you're interested in coaching high school.
Okay.
I'm like, where'd that come from? I never said I was interested in coaching. The principal, he and I talked about this the other day. The principal came to one of my parties.
Okay.
Walked in, paid, said, I'm looking for Mike Martin. He said, listen, I'm ready to leave. He said, I just got here. He said, I came to your party to get you to come coach.
So you thought that you were going to, you were doing the nightclubs at the time,
Yes.
right? And so you thought, I'm going to do the nightclubs as my thing.
Wait a minute, and I was still doing radio and TV at the same time.
But then you were also helping out, just coaching kind of for fun,
Yes.
more or less. And he came to see you to get you to coach for real.
Yeah. They canceled football the year before. And so I said, you know what, I'll come check it out. Because I heard about the school. I heard it was in the roughest neighborhood of Cincinnati. And I said, he said, can you come on Monday? I'm like, yeah. Gave me a tour as we're walking through nice school called Taft High School. We're walking through the school, and all of a sudden the bell rings. All the kids come out in the hall. A massive brawl breaks out. They were fighting everywhere, all up and down the hall. I'm in the middle of it, pulling kids off of each other. The principal was embarrassed.
Oh my goodness.
Mike, I'm so sorry.
Well, this is where your football skills come into play.
No, this is where me growing up comes.
Oh, okay.
I said, wow, this is right up my alley. I'll take the job. He said, are you serious? He said, are you serious? I'm like, yes. I said, I want to help transform some of these kids.
So then you got into community, and that's how you started building your passion for health and wellness and football in the community.
Yes, we had, because they canceled football, and they had 5 kids that came out for practice. My job was to hit the community and find ball players. And so, because I played, which was great for me, because me having a background in TV and radio, all the TV stations,
they knew
followed me. They came out, they did stories, and I was going door to door in the neighborhood.
So you not only gave these kids a chance to help their football, 2, their health and wellness, and 3, to make a way.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like to show them that they can do it. And this was an area where these kids needed you at the time.
And this is where Marcus transferred from the school where he was.
Okay.
He said, Dad, I need to come play for you.
Yeah.
And I said, man, talk to your mom. She's not gonna let you come down here.
Oh, really?
And,
she was not.
No.
Okay.
Every time you turn around, you can see the yellow.
Mom's always.
You can see the yellow tape out across the street. Somebody got killed. Or this a lot. And so I said, Michelle, come check it out. If you don't like it, then he doesn't have to come.
Okay.
I said, but the school is not what people think. And she came in and they gave her a tour. Luckily, nobody stopped fighting. But she walked around. She said, Mike, she said, this school has a major story to tell. It's not what people think.
Okay.
It's not how it's being portrayed. And so she said, yes, Marcus can come.
But that also gave him, like your son, that sense of community and ended up giving him like probably a sense of purpose, right? Himself.
He told me that he said, man, you know, I have lunch with these kids. I talk to these kids. He said, what they see every day, they think that's it. There's nothing better. He said, we got to change that mindset. So he was bringing kids home every weekend. But because he had a car, and every weekend
they were all in your house.
I'm fixing pancakes every Saturday morning.
But I think that's physical wellness, but even more than that, it's mental wellness, right? And it's emotional wellness for these kids. So you were able to take your, like I said, your passion and turn it into something that's really, really giving back. Not only that, but you've ended up bringing your whole entire family with you.
One of the things that I see a lot of the kids that I coach. When I go back, I do a flag football league in Cincinnati. And so when I go back, a lot of those guys coach. Their kids are involved. They are some of the greatest dads you will ever see. They tell me, and they get emotional when they say it, because they love Marcus. They love my son. They said, we saw the relationship between you and Marcus. Because their dad, 95% of the kids, their dads weren't around. And so they saw what Marcus and I had. And they said, we always said, if I've had a kid, that's how I want my relationship to be. And they couldn't, at that time, they couldn't understand why Marcus used to kiss me when he would leave. Like if we were together, all right, Pop, love to see you. Hey, man, you kissing him? Like, that's my Pop. What you mean? They didn't have that. Now they do. They kiss their kids. They say they're gonna kiss their kids so the kids get tired.
And even more. I always say that about my parents. Like I feel like my mom still has me on one of those trackers. Wow. Like to see, I'm like, oh my goodness, she's like, are you on the ocean? Yes, I'm on the ocean. Are you in the, yes, I'm in. So this brings me to my next question. How did you know that you wanted to extend your love of sports and wellness legacy through lab with your daughter and your foundation honoring your son? Because then once you did this for the community, then you kind of formalized it now with what you do with your daughter and your foundation of your son. So how did you know, like, okay, I need to formalize this with making this part of my legacy?
When Marcus passed in 2014, we decided to move back here where my wife is from. She's from Chicago. And so we convinced Morgan to come back here from LA. And when she came back, she wanted to do, because she was doing fitness stuff out there, she wanted to do fitness stuff here. And I said, I said, I ran into some people at a fitness place, and I'm sure they would love to have it. So she was doing, started doing a couple of classes, and I said, why don't you do your own? Because you bringing on the people.
Yeah.
Do your own class.
Yeah.
So she was doing class at another facility, and I said, why are we making them money? Let's open up a place. So we opened up a fitness place initially, and then she said, Dad, let's add the nutritional part to it as well. So then we started doing it, and smoothies and all of that. And so then she started having classes, and teaching stuff, and it went on from there. And I mean, we've been doing this now.
But lab means something, right?
Yes, live and believe nutrition.
And so that is live and believe. I mean, that speaks a lot. That speaks a lot to the legacy, right? I wanted you to say that because it's again about wellness, but it's also about believing. It's about this mental wellness and this physical wellness. And you guys probably named that on purpose, right?
Yes.
Like
that was Morgan.
Live and believe.
Yeah, that was Morgan.
Morgan. And she too went through the situation, right? That's her brother.
If you notice, if you ever see anything with Morgan on any type of social media, if you look up in the corner, you'll see Marcus.
Yeah, I'm following her now on social.
You look up in the corner and you'll see Marcus.
So to her, it was, like I said, it was also her way of honoring, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like you guys took that and you formalized it into a family foundation of honor.
Yeah, that was her best friend. They talked almost every day. Yeah, and a couple of times a day actually. And so Morgan has always been one of those people. She doesn't like to let you know when she's hurting. And I used to, to this day, I still ask her friends, is Morgan, how's Morgan? Yeah. And so she has her moments, and it's been 12 years. Yeah. Like she has her moments, but she says
that's her bestie.
Yeah. She says she's good because she doesn't want us to worry. My wife and I, she don't want us to worry. So, we keep saying, hey, sometimes I say, look, we going out, me and you, daughter, dad, we're gonna go out somewhere.
Yeah, you don't make her like do any punt returns or anything, do you? Okay,
she'd have been a great football player.
Okay.
Like flag right now.
Yeah.
She would be a great flag ball because she can fly. She was All-American track athlete.
And I see, like I said, I follow her on social, and I've seen her, just on her stories and stuff, and she lights up the place, right? I can just see it in her personality, even in her, like you guys sent me a bio and a headshot, and she just lights up the space, right? So I'm sure when I get a chance to talk to her, she's gonna have that same energy that, like I said, that's carrying on, and that's that little spark inside of her that wants to, maybe the little spark of her brother, right? Coming through and saying, hey.
They say she's a little me.
Yeah.
She's a little me. I've always had the kind of attitude to where if I walk in a room and I see somebody not having a good day, I will go over there. Hey, how you doing? You all right? What's happening? Everything good? And that's Morgan. Yeah. She does the same thing.
I can see that. I mean, I haven't even met her yet, but I can see that from what I've read about her and her social media stuff too. So I'm excited to meet her as well. And I think it's super cool that you took your passion, your professional passion, and turned it into your personal passion. Because one of the things I think is super cool in people is when you meet people, you're the same person you meet on the field, if you will, is the same person you meet on the street. Yeah. Like, I think that's cool when I meet them. I know like they're genuine, authentic people. Because if I would have met you on the field, not that I would have been playing football, but you seem like you would have been the same dude. Like
when I was doing my TV show and I would run into people on the street, they would say, man, you act the same way you act on TV.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know how to, hey, this is Mike Martin, and I'm telling you this, I can't do that. I'm just, whatever you see is what you're going to get with me.
And I think that's super cool. And I think it's cool that you were able to transition that. And like I said, so tell us more about the foundation. Okay. I want to hear more about that you serve.
The foundation, we started the Marcus Martin Foundation. And basically what we do is we create college scholarships for young people. We do health and wellness. We have information about pulmonary embolism. Anything that's going to help a young person to get on the right track. And we started in elementary school. we want to get them before they get
Yeah.
to high school.
Uh-huh.
And so, because sometimes a lot of kids in high school, their minds are already made up about who they're going to be,
Yeah.
which is a shame, but that's reality of it. So we decided, you know what? Let's not wait. Let's get them now. What's interesting about our flag football league, because the foundation helps fund the flag football league, and with the flag football league, we get players that have never played ever.
And they just want to play for fun.
No.
Oh, for sport.
They're scared to death.
Oh.
And their mom wants them to get out there and do something other than being on their computers and the phone, and laptops and all that kind of stuff.
So they come to you not knowing what they're getting into.
Not having a clue about what's going on. And so I tell a story about this one kid. He real quiet, didn't talk. Mom trying to get him to talk. And he said, "Mom, I can't believe you're forcing me to do this." He was serious. "Can't believe you're forcing me to do this." And she said, "No, I just want you to, learn how to do some other things other than just being on your phone. You don't even go outside." And so I said, "Let me tell you something. Here's the thing. If you don't like," I said, "come to the first camp. Come to the first, we have like a mini camp."
Yeah.
I said, "If you don't like it, I'm going to tell your mom, yeah, he don't want it. He shouldn't do this.
He shouldn't be here."
He loved it. His team won a championship with us last year. He got MVP. And now his dad said, "Coach Martin, what'd you do to my son?" I said, "What you mean?" He said his attitude, he wants to sit and watch football all day. He goes on YouTube looking at old games.
Yeah.
And they said he's talking now. And I said, all he needed is a little push.
Yeah, just take him out of his shell.
A little confidence. So
yeah,
the foundation, we're geared around helping out our young people. Because I know I see them every day.
Yeah.
And it's something about me. It's something about I can go into a grocery store. I'll see some kids.
And they'll see you.
They'll
see you.
I'll see a little kid crying about something. Hey, little fella, what's the matter? What's wrong? And they looking like, who's this man talking to me? I said, come on, man, you're a big boy. You shouldn't be out here sitting in the car. You shouldn't be crying. And they stopped, they just looked. And I said, you all right? And I just do like, and they sort of smirked. And so I said, look, I don't want to hear you crying. I said, I'm on the other side of the aisle. I can hear you crying. And the mother said, thank you.
Yeah, but I think those kids, I do mean it when I say they see you, because sometimes it's something in you that because kids won't do that to me. I promise you that. I'd be like, what is he crying about and why? But I understand that type, like you just have it and they see you like, okay, he's a good spirit. Because for me and kids, I don't know, it was my mission, but I feel like there are people like yourself and the world needs people like you that the kid can look at and say, oh my gosh, and especially when a young boy sees another man, right?
And it's interesting, like when I tell them I play professional football.
Yeah.
For real? I don't believe you. And then I'll tell the dad, Google Mike Martin, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Here he is, guys.
And that gives them a little step of confidence. Like I met him in the grocery store, or he told me to cool it. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna listen. So I think that's super cool, and I do think it's cool. Like especially when a man sees when a young boy sees that man, just trying to help him out, not wanting anything, not disciplining him. You know what I mean? Not coming to him in meanness, but coming to him in kindness. There's something to be said for that, and there's definitely something to be said for someone who can attract something like that. Like I said, if it's you and I in the grocery store, they're going to you. I promise. They're going to be like that lady over there. Mm-mm. So what's next for you, for family, for community, and for foundation?
Well, what's next for me, honestly, is to grow the foundation and to grow the flag league. We started off with the flag league. We started off with 74 kids. We have over about almost 230 now with the foundation. And I keep saying that I need to meet more influential people here in Chicago because I don't know, I've been pretty much just handling stuff on my own. And I don't know a lot of people, the big wigs to connect with my foundation. And so I would love to be able to give somebody a full 4-year ride. That's something that my wife and I, we talk about. That would be awesome. Either that or give 4 kids a 1 year,
Right.
where they get 1 year, we get, scholarship. So it's really not about what's going to happen for me, because my thing is making these 2 things bigger than what they are, because that's what Marcus wanted.
Yeah.
We talked about it. That's the last, and hopefully without getting emotional about it. The last time I saw him, I said, I'm going to make sure that your legacy lives. I'm going to make sure that your legacy lives. And that's my goal.
So can you share with us, and if you don't want to, just say I don't want to. You mentioned when you came in the 5'5".
Yeah.
So share with us that, because it's on the back of your jersey.
Yeah.
It's his jersey number.
Right. My son Marcus, he wore number 55. And there are so many things that happens. Let's turn around.
5'5" in the building.
There's so many different things that happen. When I was walking in today, the time was 5:55. I will just, out of the blue, just check my phone. It's 4:55.
Yeah.
My wife will call me, hey, Mike, it's 6:55. And so, excuse me, there was a movie with Will Smith. Oh, gosh. Focus.
Okay.
Focus. He was a guy who, they were like thieves.
Okay.
And they were stealing stuff. They were stealing stuff everywhere. And they went to the Super Bowl. And him and this guy was in a suite, and they were betting.
Okay.
And the guy said, I can tell you a number down on the field. And he said, no, I don't. He said, I'm not gonna get into this. He said, $500, $500,000. Like, no. How about $1 million? I said, okay. So the guy, he said, and to make it fair, I want your girlfriend to pick it.
Okay.
She was like, no,
Don't put me in this. Yeah.
And so she's looking around, and she stops. She sees a guy who's one of Will's friends. He's not even a player on the team. He had on number 55 jersey. And they said, she was like, is it 55? It was like, how did you know that? Oh my God, how did you know that? And they said, man, we've been setting him up all day. Everywhere they went, there was 55s. Everywhere. Just subliminal.
And now everywhere you go.
Everywhere I go.
Yeah.
55s. Everywhere.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. So
it is what it is.
So like I said, when I got to the door, and it was 5:55, I said, this is gonna be a great interview.
Yeah, it is what it is, and I feel like, thank you, by the way. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm gonna take that story with me, because now for me, when I see 55, that's what I'm gonna think about, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be like, thank you. So Mike, we're gonna wrap up. Now, this is not on the paper.
Okay.
But I ask everyone this, and do not judge me. No judgment zone.
No judgment.
So everybody that listens to the show knows that I saved these little cats in my backyard. No, it's a whole story. Let's not even go there. It's a whole thing. I moved here from California. I felt like they were cold, whole thing. So curiosity in the cats, What are you curious about? It can be anything. Anything we talked about today, what are you curious about?
Life after death. Life after death.
Yeah.
Because I think of Marcus so much. It's like, what is he doing? Is he watching us for real? And I I'm a very spiritual guy, so I really believe that because God is so full of so much stuff to do.
Yeah,
He has angels. His angels are his workers.
yeah.
And Marcus is our angel. So I'm thinking, okay,
But you're like, is he watching me or is
Yeah,
he doing,
is he-
so doing
is-
God's work, or
is
is he
he-
watching me, or you got both doing both?
I'm gonna tell you this. When I say if I lose my keys,
Mhm.
or if I can't find something, and I gotta go. It's like I'm running late. I
Yeah.
gotta go. Marcus, come on, man.
Yeah.
Where are my keys? I am not, and I'm telling you the
Oh no.
honest truth.
Yeah.
I will go back and look at the place that I looked at 3 or 4 times, and the keys will be right there.
Yeah.
And I just start laughing.
Because he's playing like
Like
this
Mark
joke on you
playing
the whole.
games.
Yeah, yeah. You're playing
Come on,
games.
man,
Yeah,
playing games.
yeah.
But really, that's life after death. I would love to know what's that about.
Yeah, it is interesting. I think an interesting concept, right?
Yeah.
To think about. And I'm a spiritual person too, so I believe in things like that as well. And I also believe, like you said, like people kind of let you know where they're around.
Yeah.
Just when you need them.
Yeah.
Whether it's when you lose your keys, or when you're having a bad moment, or when you're having a great moment.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. I want to thank you for what you're doing in Cincinnati and Chicago. I want to thank you for sharing your love of your football career, and then community and wellness and legacy and all the things you have going on, because I think that's what it takes, right? Like I said in the beginning, people shaping our world, right? And I think it takes people like yourself that are out there spreading the good news, sharing your passion, sharing your heart with integrity to shape this wild world we're all living in. So I want to thank you for your time.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for your
I enjoyed
time.
myself.
Thank you for your time. This is the Terran Lamb Show, everybody. I truly appreciate you joining me. If you'd like to be on the show, I would love to. Oh, Mike, before I forget, is there anywhere people can find the foundation? Where do you want them to? I want people to find you if you'd like.
It's
I'm
the
gonna pause before I forget.
it's the Marcus Martin Foundation. You can just Google it and it'll pop up.
Okay, MarcusMartinFoundation.org.
Yes.
Okay, got it. So if you want to find the Marcus Martin Foundation, please do. Please look into giving back. I know you said you wanted to expand it, and so we'd love to help Mike expand it as well. So back to the Terran Lamb Show. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate it. If you would like to be on the show, I would love to have you. If you know someone who'd like to be on the show, I'd love to have them. I am on social media everywhere at iamterranl, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Be good to yourself and each other. Till next time, guys. The Terran Lamb Show. Bye-bye.